Welcome, Moonbeam, to another Spirit Blog. Today we're talking solar system planets and what they really are. I've been holding on to this information for quite some time now. It is in my book in more detail. I'm going to sum up the explanation of it in this video. So what is the information I am dying to express to you? It has to do with the roadmap of your solar system. So you kind of have to go on this soul journey of understanding that the planets are showing you something that has to do with a traveling soul's map of growth and understanding what the soul's meant to learn through enlightenment. The solar system being that map of enlightenment. So I'm going to map out the planets for you so you have a better understanding of the alignment that they go in. So we have the Sun, we have Mercury, Venus, and Earth, Mars, Jupiter, Saturn, Uranus, Neptune, and Pluto, for those of you who consider Pluto. We are the third planet from the Sun. We are also in the original blueprint of the third dimension. 3, 3. Third planet, third dimension. You must also consider there's two lower frequencies of dimension below us, the second and first, Venus and Mercury. The planets show you that path of enlightenment, kind of like a soul map, solar system map. The mind being the closest to the Sun being the soul, Mercury being of the mind, and Venus being of love. With the mind being closest to the Sun of this alignment, that would put Sun and Pluto in conjunction. Many want to move into fifth dimension, but many don't understand what that is or what it even looks like. If you haven't been somewhere before, you don't know what to expect. So many want to get to fifth dimension, but they don't understand what it truly is. It starts with the soul, the Sun. This is pure light. This is pure consciousness. It's what makes up our soul. It's the soul material that brings us into being when we are originally created. But that soul needs a way of thinking, communicating. That's when we get into Mercury, the conscious mind of the soul, giving the consciousness a way of communicating what it is and why it's there. And why it's there. The mind gives the soul a purpose and gives form to its existence. But now we need a way of expressing through emotion what those thoughts are. How do we express what we're thinking? That's where Venus comes in with love and compassion, giving the mind a way to express its emotions, giving the consciousness another way of communicating, moving through the soul map of enlightenment. Now we need a way to give life to the way we're thinking and expressing. Earth gives us that life, but we need love to create that life. Love actually ties us all together through the soul cords. Without that cord connecting each one of us, through that emotional love of giving life to one another, we wouldn't understand each other. We wouldn't understand how to use our minds to think or use love to express. Now, Earth is a conduit for love and hate. So when you come to a place like Earth, a third way of perceiving that thinking and expressing, you have a choice here. Do you use your expression and thinking through a positive means or a negative mean? That's where your free choice comes in. and how you want to express what you're learning. Through emotion, we need action. We need to express ourselves through those actions and giving it a physical action to express itself even more. That is where Mars comes in. Mars governs the action of energy, giving energy a force to be used through the physical. We are expressive creatures, and sometimes we use movement to express ourselves. I know I do it quite often. It gives this emotional purpose to express through energetic action. It allows us to overcome lessons and challenges that we gave ourselves through this process of learning. Through our instincts, we have to do something with that life once it's given to us. Once we are given this gift of life, we are using our instincts to learn and grow through those lessons and challenges to overcome them. Once we go on this journey of using our instincts to learn lessons and overcome challenges, we then want to expand and grow using a higher learning purpose or a higher learning strategy to get to the next level of growth. Because we won't want to stay in kindergarten for too long. We eventually want to go to grade school and then high school and then college. If you think of enlightenment as school of that expansion, that is where we get Jupiter. Jupiter is associated with spirituality and higher learning through spiritual growth. But it's also the pursuit of truth. And this is turning action into purpose. Thank you, Spirit, for confirming that. We must expand into something more, giving meaning to that spiritual growth, giving it purpose. So everything leading up to this is that purpose. Sometimes in school, we want to act out through that higher learning. And that's when we need some discipline and some regiment and focus, concentration. Saturn gives us that discipline. It tells us to stay in line and focus on what we're higher learning. What are we expanding on? Stay focused and get to your goal. It teaches us how to act with our emotions through the pursuit of that higher learning. Discipline isn't limitation. It's actually what's needed to build a foundation for the soul. Knowing how to act with our emotions in the pursuit of action with our higher learning is the whole purpose of this. It is actually what is needed to build upon within any learning construct or structure, a foundation of future learning. Spirit doesn't want you to think that just because you need to discipline the way you speak and act doesn't limit you. It's actually creating the foundation of who you are in this construct of learning for your pursuit of that purpose. Maturity through life lessons. It's your karmatic lesson plan. Rewards are given for the hard work that you're doing through those karmatic lessons. Completing the lessons, overcoming the tests and challenges is the goal and the pursuit through this action of foundation, building upon, expanding. And we thank Saturn for keeping us focused in that discipline, which again isn't limitation. Now that we're on this pursuit of our higher foundation of learning and expanding our knowledge through wisdom and grasping that great wisdom that we can have, we now have to transform. Again, you can't stay in kindergarten for too long. You have to expand into greater thoughts of school, of knowledge. What topics ignite passion within you? What do you just want to eat up and keep reading and learning about? Feeding your soul. This is where Uranus comes in with its innovation, its change, and transformation. Uranus also stands for sudden shifts. shifting from one perspective to the next, shifting from third dimension to fourth dimension to fifth, and so on. Your spiritual awakening through your individuality of pursuit of that perception, breaking free from the program. Thank you, Spirit, one more time for confirming that. If you notice, when you spiritually awaken, you start noticing your dreams. They're more detailed. They feel more real. Do you ever get stuck in a dream during your waking life? You had this amazing dream, so very detailed, so emotional, and so real that it stuck with you when you were awake. It's like you were still in it. This is the intuitive dream ethereal realm of the enlightenment consciousness. This is Neptune, our sweet, sweet Neptune of our cord to that realm, our enlightenment to vasting and expanding beyond the third perception of that spiritual higher learning. This is the soul's way of communicating with other souls in the divine realm. Once you've exceeded your soul's learning within a lesson, you tend to notice your soul wants more within that subject of those lessons. So it starts seeking out knowledge outside the realm of where it's originally been learning. So let's use school as this formation or this foundation and structure. Your soul started out in kindergarten, and through higher learning, it went to grade school. Now it wants to expand even more and go to college, which is our divine connection to that wisdom. So it starts applying itself to that realm, that school foundation. And depending on the subject, will depend on the school it attaches itself to. So if this whole time you've been wanting to learn about abundance or love, that is the school you will apply yourself to. This will be Neptune's correlation and connection to the dream world as well. These are realms not consistent with the programming. You're going outside of the programming to seek those answers. The teachers that teach these lessons are the souls you once knew on the other side. This also includes spirit guides, master guides, God, Jesus, and so on. Angels. Anything of that pursuit that consists within that outside expansion realm that the soul is seeking. Even the actions of going through a life review karmatically from past lives is also part of that pursuit and that connection to wanting to know more. Seeking advice from outside sources outside the programming. This is also the root connection to magic and mysticism. Thank you, Spirit, for that confirmation. Once your soul was originally created, the sun, energy, that pure light and that pure consciousness, you were given the gift. Almost like a baby shower. You're given gifts at baby showers. The soul is given gifts as well, just like a baby arrives and is given gifts. Your gift was free will. Here's your gift of free will. What are you going to do with it? A baby is given toys. What will it do with it? The concept is very similar. This is where we get Pluto. Some believe it's a planet and some don't. And if you believe it's a planet that represents rebirth for you. This is where we get reincarnation. This is where the soul doesn't want to stop its learning, but keep going. And this is when Pluto becomes a planet. And this pursuit of wanting more. That's why Pluto is the end planet and nothing goes further. Because here is your free will gift of choice. Because once you choose Pluto, a whole nother level is shown to you once you go on that pursuit. So you get this choice to stay in the divine or rebirth and start a whole new life. but you're expanding on the lessons that you didn't fully complete. Now, there's some lives you're going to complete lessons within a subject. So let's say the subject is truth. And there's lessons, levels to truth. Is it truth through abundance? Is it truth through love? Now, when I say truth through love, do you want to learn truth through love as faithfulness, worthiness? So those lessons are also broken up into little tasks and tests. So if your topic or your subject is love, and you want to learn truth through love, there's lessons within truth that you wanted to focus in on. So it gets more precise in the precision of that truth. So let's say I wanted to learn faithfulness in truth of the subject of love. So I start dating someone. Now, the faithfulness or loyalty is all depending on that test within that lesson. Is this person going to test me to be faithful, or am I testing them to be faithful? It goes both ways, which is why we choose certain people to take those lessons with us and to test each other within that lesson. Are we overcoming and passing the tests within that lesson? And if not, you get another life to try it with that same soul or another soul. It's truly up to us because of the free will choice that we're given. This is the pursuit that we take. So if you're not passing the tests within that subject, within those lessons, then you get a choice to choose Pluto and rebirth over and over again, as many times as you need to complete that subject and check mark those lessons off. So, the solar system isn't just planets and stars. It's your roadmap. It's been there this whole time. And I'm so honored to be allowed to share this information with you finally. I've been wanting to express it for a long time now. So I hope that you take this information and apply it to your life and see the soul map that's above you. And seek more information on each planet. Dive deep into what each planet means for you. And where are you on the roadmap to your soul's expansion and learning? Where are you going? And will you choose Pluto in the end? You've chosen Pluto many times, but could this be the last journey you take with Pluto? Or are you ready for a new expansion? Where is Pluto going to take you next? All right, soul traveler, that's it for me, and I hope you enjoyed this video. Please comment below and let me know your thoughts. Give it a like if you loved it, and subscribe if you're new. And I welcome you to the Moon Tribe and the Moon Experience. This gal. I'll see you on the next informational video, Spirit Blog.